Hello everybody, I'm Elworth, and today I'm making a video about something that I wasn't even planning on making a video about until I just finished watching Netflix's documentary on the Ashley Madison website, which it turns out is still around. I don't know how they've managed to survive, but I'm not really here to talk about the actual cheating website itself. For those who don't know, Ashley Madison is simply a website that was meant for married people to have affairs easily. Now, granted, if you really think about it, any dating app is able to be used for cheating. So, truthfully, I don't know why any idiot would pay for Ashley Madison specifically, because, again, there's no need to. There's free apps you can use for that. But that's besides the point. The point is, or at least the reason why I wanted to make this video, was that after watching the documentary, I noticed that there was someone very familiar in the documentary, and it was these people here, Sam and Nia. These two. I think this picture actually really pretty well sums things up if we take a look. So these two, these fools, decided to do something that I think is even more despicable than maybe not more despicable, but I think it's despicable that they would even bother self-promoting themselves in a video that actively makes them look terrible. So this guy, Sam, he is the baddie. He essentially, he did a lot of things, and we'll get to that. But he essentially used the website to have an affair while they were married. And they were only, I think, based on my research, married for about 3 months or so before he started doing this. So he really couldn't even last that long. And I think it's really telling that they decided to do this in order to ultimately support their YouTube channel and their new book. Because if you look at their channel here, you can see that they have 2.15 million subscribers. But everybody, take a look here. Look at their videos. There's this one, which is the one I had to watch right after I saw the documentary. And you notice that their videos don't get a lot of views anymore. Like, is it good for like a small YouTube channel standards? Absolutely. But, I mean, let's be honest here, guys. This is not a lot. I mean, shoot, this 72,000 one, that's just clickbait about, a car accident and stuff. And hey, maybe it's real. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I'll admit I didn't watch the video. And clearly they did have a car accident. But, everything here is designed to get you to watch. And it's very, trying to be family friendly. It's a family vlog channel that hasn't crumbled into the dirt yet. But I think it will be in a moment. After maybe you watch this video, or maybe I'm sure other people will make videos about this as well. But I wanted to go over just some of the horrible shit that this guy did. So this guy, Sam, he's a real garbage human being. Because, one, I could never imagine embarrassing myself and my whole family on, essentially television for the whole world to see again. Right, this guy already did something horrible, and he got shamed for it back when he did it, and now it's even worse. It's like worse now. He's allowed everyone to see just how bad of a husband he is. Firstly, he joined the website, obviously. Actually, no, I have a whole list. Let me give you the list, if you don't mind. Here's a list of all the bad things that he did that I could think of off the top of my head. Are there probably more? Probably, but this is kind of what I want to go with. So, firstly, number one. He talked to other women. Pretty straightforward. It's kind of one of the requirements of being a cheater. You have to talk to people who you're not dating. Two, main point here. Cheated on his wife with one of her friends as well. So this is something that gets brought up in the Netflix interview. In the interview, Sam admits that, and Nia actually both admit that Sam was cheating with a close friend, and that Nia ended up having to cut contact with this close friend of hers because of what Sam did. And for some reason, and this is why the next point is so huge, Sam was able to gaslight and manipulate his wife into staying in the relationship. Now, I wonder, firstly, how the hell did you manage to do that? I mean, I imagine the trauma of, one, finding out that, your partner cheated on you, but also finding out the realization that it was with someone and the fact that you have a family together. I mean, I don't know how, you have all these years of trust and love and, all this loyalty. Well, how did he do it? Well, this is the kind of screwed up part. He's using his religion to excuse his behavior. Now, listen, I'm an atheist. You guys know that already. I don't believe in any of that crap. But I would think that at least to those religious people out there who do watch this channel, I would hope you guys would agree that religion shouldn't be used as some sort of a get-out-of-jail-free card. He talks a lot in the Netflix thing about how, he's calling his pastor to get advice, and he's trying to be truthful and live an honest life. And I get it. Like, if you're in that position, you want to kind of come out as good as you can. But I don't know why she stayed. Like, I understand him admitting he's sorry, admitting when he did is wrong. I understand that, trying to beg for forgiveness, but I don't know why the fuck she would forgive him. I think that part of it is because, just from my experience with religion, if their family dynamic is such that it's like where the man is in charge and he's very controlling over his family, his family dynamics, then I would think that she might feel intimidated at this prospect of being on her own. As you know, guys, especially in the poor economy right now, it can be really tough to be a single parent. I mean, it is tough to be a single parent, but even more so, it would be harder for you to give up your secure life just to do the right thing. And I think that's very hard for a lot of people to do. So I'm not blaming Nia for staying, but at the same time, I'm mad at Sam for using his religion as an excuse to manipulate his wife, essentially, and take advantage of her fully. And I think it's really unfortunate that he's in this position of power where he's essentially forcing her to stay with him. They even renewed their vows 4 years ago. And again, I don't know why the hell that they would want to do this. Admittedly, their channel is kind of blowing up a little bit. It's starting to. So I suppose maybe that's why, so they get some revenue money. Honestly, guys, don't watch their channel. Don't give them any support, because this guy is an absolute piece of shit. And I don't think he deserves any YouTube money, as far as I'm concerned. There's plenty of other channels far more deserving than this. And what's even more sinister about the fact that I am talking about YouTube is that he's, quote-unquote, in quotation marks, secretly did the Netflix deal to self-promote. They keep talking about their book. Even in the Netflix thing, they talk about their book. Oh, my God. And it's not even good. Like, my wife and I looked at the reviews, and they're talking about how most of their book is fake and it's very manipulative. So that's disappointing to see. It's the fact that, even look at their channel, they're getting more views than they do on average. So that's really disappointing. Because obviously they fell off because nobody gives a fuck about a guy who pretends to have a miscarriage, and, fakes just a lot of stuff in their lives to try and be more interesting. I don't know how you could do it, guys. And here's the other thing that I don't like about family channels in general is that their kids are not adults, so they can't really, in my opinion, give consent to being on film. So you guys know I don't show anything of my personal life on this channel. I try and keep things pretty private out of respect for my wife and my family, because I think that's really important to do. And I would never put them in a position to where they would feel like they have to be on the channel. And I would never, what I mean? Like, my channel's always about me, and it's just me doing my thing. So the fact that he essentially forces his kids to be in his videos, let's be honest, didn't the kids can really say no? Like, if one day the kids decided to just not be if the kids were like, hey, I don't want to be filmed anymore, I bet they'd be like, no, shut up, this is getting us views, you better do it. We're relying on your youngness factor or whatever. Like, I can't imagine that he would stop, right? I bet you if you guys all went to his videos and left comments and be like, hey, leave the kids out of it, I'm sure they wouldn't care. I bet you they wouldn't care. So that really sucks to see. That's really disappointing. And, I think that this just really kind of shows how bad both the parents are, not just for Sam, but also for Nia. Because, again, you're the mother of these kids. What are you doing? Why aren't you standing up for yourself? And, again, I think it's that fear. And I think it's because of the hold that he has over her. Because of his religious excuses. Time and time again, they talk about how they're using the channel to promote their religious beliefs and how they want to spread the word of God or whatever bullshit they're using as an excuse for what they really want is just to make money. That's the truth of it. I would never sit here and lie to you guys and be like, oh yeah, I'm just doing YouTube, not for money, right? I'm doing it for fun only. Yeah, am I doing it to entertain you guys? Sure. But I've never lied and said I wouldn't love to make this a job. I'd love for YouTube to be a job. I think that'd be fantastic. So I don't know why they act like, they are trying to do this for some sort of greater purpose. Like, they want money out of this. That's why they took the Netflix deal. I'm sure Netflix paid them a bunch of money for it. And they essentially sold away their lives for this. They've brought out drama that they really didn't need to. because their YouTube channel was dying. Simple as that. And I'm sure when they saw Netflix was coming up with the Ashley Madison scandal show, they probably thought, oh, what a great idea to go ahead and capitalize on this. I wouldn't even be surprised if they reached out as well. I believe in their videos they make it seem like Netflix reached out. Obviously, I don't trust them at all because of how poorly written their book is, and the fact that it's very manipulative and full of lies. I can't imagine this. So overall, I think this channel needs to be just abandoned as much as viewers possibly could afford to. I think it's wrong that they're able to get away with this, and I think it's important that we call out malicious behavior, especially when children are involved. I take that extremely personally, because I would never want my kids, for example, to be in a video of mine, because I wouldn't want to do anything that they don't consent to. And I just in general don't like the idea of having kids in videos when they're too young to consent to it. You look at channels like Ryan's World, for example, where, this parents essentially force the kid to be in the videos. And of course, the kid, thinks they're having fun because they're given all these toys and stuff. And he ultimately became rich, and good for them. The parents were geniuses with that. But I don't know, guys. I think it's just super messed up. I mean, it admits to the fact that he had multiple chances when he could have told his wife about what he did, and he just didn't. And that it wasn't until in the show, they paint a narrative saying, oh, I didn't feel like I could actually confess until I talked to my pastor, and I told him about how I was sleeping with my wife's best friend, and then it ruined the relationship that she had with the outside world, and the fact that, I kind of forced her to hang out with me because, we have kids together, and, I believe she was even pregnant at the time. Just all this horrible manipulative stuff, and this is the kind of stuff that we need to be protecting people from. We need to protect women who are in these, I'd argue, possibly an abusive relationship, not physically, but like an emotionally abusive relationship, where I really think that, everything done here is done to trick the viewer. Look at all this stuff. The fact that also that a lot of their videos feature their kids in it. Almost all of them, to be honest, and God, it's just ridiculous. This is the kind of, how has YouTube not stepped in and been like, hey, this maybe should be considered a kids channel? But then, of course, they keep the content perhaps adult enough that kids won't find this interesting, which is why they're kind of losing on both fronts, and why their channel, look at it, it's not very good. Truly, their channel fell off, and they can only pull in views when they have clickbaity shit like, our daughter was in an accident, and, I don't know, ruin it. To be clear about the difference between people like this and people like me, for example, when me and my wife were in a car accident and our car spun out and it crashed into a barrier, I wanted to let you guys know. I filmed an update of that, and I showed my destroyed Ford Focus. I don't even know. Some of you might have even seen the YouTube shorts that I made. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But after my wife told me it was making her uncomfortable, I went ahead and took those down because, that is something personal to our lives together that we share. And so because she wasn't feeling comfortable with it, I deleted them. And, that's part of that respect, that me and my wife have for each other. And I think it's super disrespectful for a kid to grow up and have every bad moment of their lives also shown on the internet. I think it's horrible. I think this is absolutely terrible. And I don't know. I just really feel like there's a lot of dishonesty and manipulation, and I just feel worse that, of course, Netflix of all people decided to promote their their documentary and used this YouTube couple as a means to display essentially an example of a famous relationship that occurred during the leaking of all the documents, where it showed all the men and women who were on this website who were having affairs, about 40 million users or something, absolutely nutty at the time, incredibly insane. You remember this is the same scandal where the Duggar family got called out. I want to point out another very religious channel, not channel, but TV show where there was, I don't know, there was just so much manipulation, and we snuffed that out. And I think it's about time that we go in and we snuff out this as well, because this is absolutely disgusting. And I'm just super disappointed that Netflix would want to work with these people who claim to be spreading, peace and love and all that crap, but really they're doing it just for a profit because they promote their book in the damn Netflix show. I mean, they put it in the oh god, I don't know, guys. Like, and I get it. Look, I don't have a lot of money. You guys know this. I'm struggling. You know, I'm trying to save money to get a webcam. I'm trying to pay my bills. You know, keep that on time. So it just really sucks to see that like this big channel is doing anything they can to suck up money from viewers. I don't know how much money they got in their Netflix. And you know what? Let's just check. Can we see Netflix deal with Sam and Nia? I'm on the image search, so let's just go to all. Can I see if they got a deal payment? I mean, I can just look it up. No, I don't care about their divorce. I don't care about that, actually. I want to see if there's anything about how much they probably got paid, or if it was free. They didn't mention it at all in the stuff. No. Okay, so it might not say, or it might not. It might not be public yet. It is very new info. So yeah, these two are absolutely terrible. Like, I can't. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that this Netflix documentary will bring these two the popularity that they're looking for? And do you think that their book is going to be like a bestseller? Because I'm telling you, you go look at the book reviews. Already, out of the 4 reviews that are there, they only have 3.5 stars or something. And, like, I don't want to share the reviews because I have my personal account info on, like, you know, Amazon and stuff. But just go read it for yourself. I encourage you to do that. And thank you for watching. I'm so sorry that now Netflix is starting to try and promote this idea of redemption from this guy who clearly is manipulating his wife into guilting her into staying with him and trying to use religion as an excuse for his behavior. I think it's absolutely foul. All right? I think it's wrong and really disingenuous. And again, I'm not even religious. Like, I'm an atheist, but I know most religious people, again, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe religious people have gone down this secret like crazy radical path that I haven't been aware of. But as far as I know, most religious people would still agree that this guy's behavior could not be excused in the Bible. That's my opinion. Again, let me know what you guys think. As always, guys, I'm Elworthy, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.